Hare Krishna Prabhu. So, well, welcome to this session. So, how many of us have done our assignment? Truly gone through the book? Raise up your hand. We have to start learning how to use the hand emoji. Not raising physical hand, use your emoji. Raise your hand using your hand emoji. You have done your assignment. Look for the hands emoji there and use it. Do you find your hands emoji? Yeah, very good. Prabhu have seen the hand emoji. Good. Others look for their hand emoji and use it. Look for your hand emoji and use it. Yes, good. You got it. When you want to ask question, also you use the hand emoji. Okay. Whenever you have anything to say when we are speaking, just click the hand emoji and leave it there. Then I will know you have something to say. Yes, Asha Mataji, I've gotten it. Good. Pitamba Prabhu, we're waiting for you. Use your hand emoji. Is Pitamba Prabhu there?
Prabhu, how do I use the hand emoji?
Is that?
Reaction, Prabhuji.
Captions?
The reaction.
Yeah, reaction. Yeah.
Raise hand. Thank you. I see it.
Yes. Now, very good. So now, if you have done your assignment, leave the hand emoji there. If you have not done it, put your hand down. Oh, good. Oh, you have not done it. Pitamba Prabhu, you have not done your assignment. Why?
Procrastination.
That is a mode of ignorance. No procrastination.
That's my problem, Prabhu.
You have to put a little bit hard work. Is that? Okay, before we start, we want to quickly introduce some classroom notes for the class. Come put our hands down. Thank you. Now we know how to use the hands emoji. Whenever we have questions, you can always click on the hands emoji. And I'm sure you have questions. Then we have stuff. So, yeah, put your hands down. Put your hands down. Some of the classroom norms are, we shall come early to the classroom. Okay. Number 2, we shall maintain confidentiality in the classroom. Means that whatever we discuss in the classroom, we should not go and gossip it with other devotees. Oh, this devotee say like this, that devotee say like this. Whatever we discuss ends in the classroom. Okay? We should not go and name people outside the classroom that, oh, this devotee say like this, that devotee say like this. So whatever we discuss, we leave it in the classroom. We don't take it outside the classroom. And we shall not borrow strength from our status. Means that even if you are the governor or mayor of Makati, if you are in this class, you cannot borrow strength from that position. You can. We are all equal in this class. Are you with me?
Yes, Prabhu.
Are you hearing me? Please, I need some response.
Yes, Prabhu.
Yeah. We shall not, what are the classroom rooms I've just mentioned again? Please, you can write them down. It's very important. Number one. You are doing something on your computer or your phone, because I'm not seeing you concentrating with us.
No, I kind of like participate. I actually like hear you. You said one, we have to be on time. Second, we have to be discreet and we should not like, talking anything that is actually in the class. So it should be like in the class. I listen attentively.
No, you didn't say it the way I said it. I want it to be said the way I said it. So I'm going to say it again. Okay? Are we with me? Please, you can take note and write it down. Are we going to write down? Number one, classroom norms. Number one, we shall come early to the class. We shall come early to the class. It's 7 p.m., it's 7 p.m. That's number one classroom norm. Number two, we shall maintain confidentiality. Okay? Means that whatever we discuss in the classroom ends in the classroom. We shall not take it outside the classroom. Don't go and use it to gossip. That when devotees are there, sincerely try to share their mind when we are discussing. We should not take that devotee outside the classroom and start discussing them to other devotees. Very important. We leave everything in the classroom. And number three, we shall not borrow strength from our status. Means that no matter who you are, we shall not borrow strength from our status. Okay? Means that no matter who you are, if you are the mayor of San Antonio or Makati, once you join the classroom, we are all equal. Okay? That is very, very important.
What is the third point? Can you summarize? Again,
We shall not borrow status from we shall not borrow strength from our status.
we cannot borrow strength from. What does that mean?
No status, we're all equal. Is that means?
Yeah.
Okay.
We shall not borrow strength from our status. Even if you are the temple president, you are the regional secretary, you are the mayor of Makati, once you come to the classroom, we are all equal, okay?
Yeah.
And no, that is what number?
Yeah. We are all equal.
That is number 3.
So number 4, we shall try as much as possible to turn on our camera when we are in the classroom, because we are personalists. We are not impersonalists, okay?
Yeah.
If there's any reason why we cannot turn on our camera, you have to tell it to the classroom, okay? Yeah, very good. You are following the norms now. Very good. Thank you. That is why it's good to have law or policy. Okay, we can all turn on our camera when we are in the classroom. If there's any reason why we shall not turn on our camera, we have to discuss with us. Okay, and also whenever we are doing any discussion, general discussion in the classroom, we can, at our own will, withdraw if we are not comfortable with the discussion. Okay, we are not going to force you. Okay, is that there is no need to force anyone to participate in any discussion that the devotee does not want to participate in. You just say, Prabhu, please, I think I don't have anything to share with this, and we will allow you to be, okay? So very, very important to take note of this, and also we shall always attend the class Monday to Friday. If there's any excuse why we cannot attend, we should give us prior information. You should give information before the classroom, okay? Before the class. So thank you very much for your understanding. Now we will proceed with today's topic. Ryan Prabhu, is that understood? Do we get the point?
Yes, Prabhuji, understood.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Okay, let's continue. Today it's a very, very nice topic. It's about the different type of devotees. So let's start. Who wants to go first?
We already talked about this one.
Yun, isa pa na sa.
I can. Kanusta? Right?
Who wants to go first?
Prabhuji, 3 kinds of
Yeah.
devotees, right?
Yeah, who wants to go first? Based
I
on
can
what we
go
discussed.
first. I can go first. Kanishta Adhikari.
Okay.
Now, I need to discuss the 3 classes of devotees, and according this is from the Nectar of Devotion. Number one is
no. No.
He wants us to
No.
okay, I want only to discuss the 3 kinds of devotees.
No.
You have
Have
to
you read the purport?
discuss.
Have you read Srila Prabhupada's purport?
Purport, yeah.
Our discussion should base on Srila Prabhupada's purport. This book is what we are studying.
Okay.
We are not studying any other book for now. I want us to grab this book before we jump into other books. Okay? So let's grab Prabhupada's purport in this book first. Then we can start talking about other books. We are on this book. Let us focus on this book. If Prabhupada is making reference in his purport to other book, we can borrow that strength. But we should not start discussing the topic Prabhupada is discussing in this book from other book. Let's focus on this book. Because just by studying this only small book, you can become a very good preacher. Just by understanding this small book, you can become a very, very good preacher. This first book is very, very powerful and condensed. So let us understand this small book first before we jump to the other books. So if you have not read the purport, let someone who have read the purport try to share with us based on the question. Okay?
Hare Krishna.
Yeah, go ahead, Prabhu. You want to share with us based on the purport? Yes.
Yeah, so Prabhupada writes in the purport that the Kanishta Adhikari is a neophyte devotee. Neophyte means beginner, greenhorn. He's very new to devotional service, and he's just received Harinam initiation from the spiritual master. He's trying to chant the holy name, the Hare Krishna mantra. It's also explained that Kanishta Adhikari is one who goes to the temple and worships the deity, but doesn't know how to develop relationships with devotees. Sometimes he will neglect the devotee while he is so-called worshipping the deity, or like that. Prabhupada writes. Another thing is also right about Kanishta Adhikari. They should be offered respects, but at a distance. Don't get too close to them. Also, sometimes Prabhupada mentioned that they're low consciousness, basically. It's best to not to develop a close relationship with these devotees, but to try to help them. If one is in a high position, Adhikari, then they can give their association to the Kanishta Adhikari.
So,
okay.
Any example you are of devotee you have seen acted on this platform before? Any example of a devotee? You don't need to mention name.
Actually, when we come to the you see many Indians, and they come to the temple, it can be a bit like that, a bit impersonal. They come to the temple and they just walk straight through the class, through the Bhagavatam class, to offer respects to Krishna. They don't even offer respects to Srila Prabhupada. Sometimes they just come for Hanuman, and they leave. But it's actually Shishi Radha Madhava's temple, where they come just for Hanuman and leave. So in that way, it can be a bit impersonal. They jump over the devotees of Krishna and go straight to Krishna. So that is not the process. The process we have to go through step by step.
So after reading this this verse 5 of Nectar of Instruction, and having read about personal thoughts, what level do you think you are?
Oh, I am Kanishta Adhikari, for sure.
Huh?
Because I am Kanishta, for sure.
Very good.
I am Kanishta Adhikari.
Why do you think you are a Kanishta?
Because also it says here, oh no, maybe it's not here. I read today, actually, sorry, I'm going to Srimad Bhagavatam. I read today.
No, it's okay. You have already discussed from this. You can jump to, we have to start from here to another place. No, it's all right.
So I read Srimad Bhagavatam today, and it said, this is Rishabhadev's teaching to his sons, and he said that neophyte devotee, within his mind, he will find fault and criticize other devotees, or say, oh, why didn't he do that, or why is he being so lazy, or like this. He said this is a typical characteristic of a neophyte devotee.
Thank you very much.
When I read that,
thank you very much for being honest.
Yeah. So I do that many times a day. Many.
Very good. Thank you very much for being honest. So, what are you going to do to move yourself from Kanisha to the next level?
if if the qualification is to stop criticizing within the mind, it'll take a long time.
So, no, I understand. What I'm saying is that practically, how do you want to move to Madhyama platform?
The Madhyama platform. Well, I mean, for me,
yes, we are talking about personal application now. How are you going to move from Kanishta to Madhyama platform?
Well, Madhyama platform means that they have, let's say, internalized the purport or the meaning or the essence of scripture.
No. I'm not asking about. I'm not asking about.
Yeah. I'm getting there. I'm
asking you. You have to start from you. Are we going? I'm going to do this.
I am getting to the point.
Okay. Get there faster.
Okay. So that means that the purport of the Vedic scripture is that we should chant the holy name, follow the regulative principles, and share this Krishna consciousness philosophy with other people.
Okay.
So, to the degree that I am trying to share this knowledge with others and trying to personally apply the principles and regulations, and then I will be gradually coming to the Madhyam platform.
Thank you very much. There are four qualities of a Madhyama. You have only mentioned one. I will leave it there. Then when I hear from other devotees, then we can talk generally on them. Okay. Thank you very much, at least, for being honest and telling us how you're going to move to the next level. We really appreciate that. Thank you, Prabhu. Okay. Yeah. So who else is ready? Don't be scared that I'm going to ask you a question, because all of us are going to do it. We're going to pass through it, okay? So even though if you are not ready now, we'll call name. Ashaya Mataji, you are too busy. I think you should go next. You have to come next. Please unmute your mic and tell us what you have learned.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Are you talking to us, Mataji? We are not hearing you.
Huh?
Ashaya Mataji,
That's right.
can you hear us? We are not hearing you. We are not hearing you.
You're on mute, Mataji.
Here, you hear me?
You are not looking at the camera. You are looking somewhere else.
No, I'm looking in actually the book.
Your camera is somewhere else.
I'm looking in the book.
Okay.
I
So
heard Prabhu Ryan.
you want to go next?
Prabhu Ryan wanna share? Maybe after I can share.
Okay, Prabhu Ryan, yeah, she
Thank
asked you to go. Please go ahead.
All right, Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. So,
Yeah.
the purport, on what I understand, that give me some point is, if you are new devotee, an neophyte, just like me. So, what Srila Prabhupada pointed out here is, one must select proper person with careful discrimination. So, in my case, I am just a neophyte. I am a new devotee. First of all, I need to study, do more the Bhakti, the devotional service, read the scripture, read the books. So I will gain knowledge. And well, to be able to do that, I need to associate with a devotee which are with that can supervise me on a right way, can give me knowledge, like step by step, even on the small thing, which is very important, like what Prabhu Chaitanya had discussed earlier. So I can give obeisances to not only to the devotees, but the proper channel going to Krishna. So, what else I can? So for me, I can say I'm a kanishta because I am a neophyte, and there are a lot of things I need to learn, and it takes time. So,
Okay, thank you very much. Thank you very much, Prabhu. What are the qualities of Madhyama? Did you read them?
The Madhyama.
No, you don't need to look at your book. I'm asking whether you have read it. What are the qualities of some quality of Madhyama you remember?
Madhyama Adhikari is a second-class devotee. It is also mentioned in Srimad Bhagavatam, and he knows the position of 4 kinds of person. Like he knows the atheist, he knows the position of so remember the atheist and the person which wait, I can check.
Check. No, but I just want to know, have you read it, the purport? Have you read the purport before this class?
Yes, I've gone through the purport. He knows the position of God. He knows the position of just the
people generally.
Madhyama. I forgot about this.
Okay, so it's all right, Prabhu. Madhyama means one who understands the Supreme Lord, who avoid the envious ones, who is very compassionate to the innocent one, and who make friends with the devotees. That is a Madhyama. Okay, so when Chaitanya Prabhu was speaking, he said that he's going to be preaching. He's going to, he's going to learn how to, he's going to share the knowledge with others. And I told him that is just one quality of a Madhyama. Means a Madhyama, it can differentiate the innocent ones and show them compassion by trying to share the knowledge of Krishna consciousness with them. So that is a Madhyama. It can differentiate. It can say, oh, this is a devotee of the Lord, let me make friend with them. This is an innocent, let me try to elevate them up, bring them up. Or this is envious one, I should avoid them. And this is Supreme Personality of God, let me worship. This is a quality of a Madhyama mentioned in the purport, okay? And yes, we are all Kanishta now, but we have to make conscientious efforts to come to the level of Madhyama. I remember one time when I was discussing the same topic with a devotee in my country when I was doing the Bhakti Shastri, and I asked the devotee, what level do you think you are? One devotee said, I'm in Madhyama. I was just laughing, you know, because you can just see that the devotee is in the Madhyama, is in Kanishta level based on how he's behaving, you know. So it's like that. So because Kanishta, they have faith. The only problem with Kanishta is that they don't know how to behave. They don't know how to relate. I mean, most of the times, we do that to each other. You know, we're only cool when the other person is cool with us. When the other person, when there's problem, then we show our nature. That is when our real nature comes out. So it shows that we are on Kanishta, you know. So that is it. It's very, very important to understand this. And there's so many other things also mentioned, you know. So we will discuss it in detail. I just want to know whether we study the purpose. It's okay. Thank you very much for trying to share that with us. And Ashaya Mataji, now is your turn.
Can I share later, Prabhuji?
Are you trying to read the purport now? That is not good.
No, it's not that. I'm just not ready.
No. When we give assignment, we should read it before the class. Pitamba Prabhu, have you read it before? You want to share with us?
What was your question, Prabhu?
What question?
Is it about the Madhyama Adhikari?
No. Have you read the purport? In yesterday, I said we should read it before coming to class today. Have you read it?
Yeah, some
Okay.
parts of it. Yes.
So what did you pick in the part you read? Let's hear from you. And how are you going to apply that part into your life?
Well,
Before I was trying to ask, you should give example of other devotee who you can see this quality. But if we have not read it, there's no how you can give example. So let's continue. Okay.
so having faith with Krishna has to be a strong faith, because I mean, when you're already initiated, it is already our responsibility to gradually advance in Krishna consciousness, because before getting initiated, it's a big responsibility, and in that responsibility, people will respect us as Vaishnavas, and a part of being a Vaishnava, we have to strictly follow what the spiritual master has instructed us, so that we could have Krishna Prem, and then gradually, probably, hopefully, one day we become first class devotee, because first class devotee are the ones who can propagate Krishna consciousness, because they have the attitude to do that.
I understand. So you are going to apply developing faith in Krishna into your life. That is what you have picked from that point.
Yes, Prabhu.
Thank you very much. I want us to all go straight to the point when the question is asked. Okay, Rasarat Prabhu, are you sharing with us?
Yes, Hare Krishna, Prabhu.
Yes, please go ahead.
So I'm just gonna go through the verse because there's one statement here that struck me on the purport. Srila Prabhupada said that in order to intelligently apply the sixfold loving reciprocations mentioned in the previous verse, one must select proper persons with careful discrimination. So this is what struck me with what Prabhupada said, that in order for us to apply what we have learned from the previous verse, we must be very like selective, or Srila Prabhupada mentioned the word careful. There is discrimination, but it's careful.
Just 1 minute. This is how I want us to speak when we are speaking based on Srila Prabhupada's purport. We have to be Prabhupada Anuga. We have to be speaking. This is what Prabhupada say in this purport. This is how I want to take it serious. Just like Prabhu is saying, thank you very much. I want to hear Prabhupada, 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 Prabhupada.
Jai Prabhupada.
If we don't read before the class, we're not going to make reference to Prabhupada. Please go ahead. Sorry for stopping you. The thing touched me and said, let me express myself. Please go ahead.
Okay. Thank you, Prabhu, for that. And yeah, going back, Prabhupada also described the qualities of Uttama Adhikari, which is this is considered the highest devotee one who is very advanced in devotional service and who is not interested in blaspheming others. Their heart is completely clean. So
Thank
yes.
you. So are you going to apply this during now? At what level do you think you are among these three kinds of devotees? What level do you think you are?
That's actually a good question. By ranging myself right now, I'm actually not I can say on a devotee. I try. I'm not even on Kanishta. I try to be like going back to a level of the devotee. So by attending this class, somehow I can have your association. It reminds me what should I do and what should I not do to continue further and somehow go back, at least becoming a kanishta somehow by your mercy.
Thank you very much, Prabhu, for being honest. But don't stay too long on that left kanishta. Kanishta is not a safe platform.
Yes. It's a problem. I need to move forward. Right.
We have to move very fast to the next level because kanishta actually is not a safe platform. It's very is an offensive platform.
Offensive.
See, yeah, because what happened is that everything in life is about relationship. Even these three types of devotees is about relationship. What differentiates them from one another is how they deal with people. A Kanisha does not know how to deal with people at all. And a Madhyama knows how to deal with different kinds of people based on their levels. That will make him a Madhyama. But an Uttama devotee is someone who does not even discriminate, but is very nice to everyone. That is the difference. Relationship is very, very important. So we have to be very sweet and nice to other devotees around us without ulterior motive. Yes, Mataji, your hand is up. Now you're inspired to speak.
Yes, I'm inspired to speak because I kind of like relate to Prabhu Rasaraj mentioned. So it kind of like resonates in my heart deeply. This what Srila Prabhupada said in the purport as what he mentioned, and I wanted to add. Srila Rupa Goswami therefore advises that we should meet with the Vaishnavas in the appropriate way according to their particular status. So can I just like make an example how I just like see it?
Yes, go ahead, please go ahead. We like examples.
So I am a kanishta for sure. I am the very low kind of devotee because kanishta they have a very like high love with the deities. They like the deities, but they cannot relate with other devotees. So for me, I'm so like I really like when I see the deities, I always cry, you know, I'm always emotional. But then it's hard for me to relate with other devotees. Like they open up their heart to me. I couldn't really relate. And yeah, so I'm a kanishta. So in this purport also I kinda like understand that devotees are not bad, you know, by nature. They are very like exalted because they're chanting the holy names. They kind of like they have the taste. But then I see it like this that in our spiritual life, it's like a tree. The kanishta is the leaves. If the wind kind of like blows it, it kind of like fall off. And then the madhyama is like a branch. It's a branch, you know. They even you kind of like take shelter on them. Like one of my siksha guru, She's, I think she's in this level of Adhima Adhikari. She's actually a disciple of Bhakti Tirtha Swami Maharaj. And then I remember when I revealed my heart to her, I could see that she's very empathic, and I could feel that she's very compassionate, and I could feel that she have a very high level of humility. So, but then at the same time, she kind of like understand, how to kind of like hear your words, not the words, but the emotions itself. And I kind of like realized that devotees have different level of maturity. So they're not bad by nature, they just have different level. And if you see
So
devotees,
Ashaya Mataji, all these things you have been mentioning, now you have realized that you are a Kanishta platform. Thank you for being sincere and honest.
yes,
So please, what practical effort are you going to put because Kanishta platform is not a safe platform for devotee. Because if we keep on offending
yeah,
other devotees, we are going to give up devotional service one day or
yes,
the other.
yes, that's true.
So please tell us what practical effort you are going to put in your devotional life to go to the next level fast, very fast.
Actually, I love book distribution, but it's one way to kind of like be in this level. But I realized that in order to be in this platform, you have to associate with these people with this platform. So now I'm actually going a one-on-one training with my Siksha Guru with this level. So she's kind of like teaching me how to kind of like digest devotee and not, become offensive to them. So it's important that we have this association, because association is very good, because they can like make your mindset switch in a different level. I mean, like, I understand that, when we're
So
going,
what you are going to do practically now is to step by step take guidelines from your Shiksha Guru
yes,
on how to
I'm
move
having
to
a
the next
guideline
level.
with her. Yes, I'm
Thank
having a
you.
guideline 101. Thank you, Hare Krishna.
Mataji, we really appreciate your contribution. Okay, Hare Krishna. Now, Madam Angel, Madam Angel, are you there? Angel Mataji?
Yes,
Yes. You are not left out. Do you have anything to contribute for us?
um, yeah, I read the purport, Prabhuji, but I don't know how to explain this.
Okay.
So, but I think I am also a kanista.
Okay.
But I'm willing to, to learn. So gradually, I will become to level of madhyama.
Thank you very much for being honest. One thing that is there is that we cannot, all of us were saying we're on the level of Kanishta. Actually, we don't know how deep it is to be a Kanishta. We will, as we are reading, you will probably mention that there is Kanishta Guru also. I don't know, maybe you come across. But it's a Kanishta Guru. Means that a devotee who has been in the movement for many years and come to even to the platform of being a guru and can still be a Kanishta devotee. So Kanishta platform is a very, it's not easy, it's a very big platform. And unless, we make a very strong, serious effort, we cannot come to the Madhyama platform. Yeah, we need to come to Madhyama platform so that we can be saving on our devotional practice. It's very, very important. Okay, we have 15 minutes. Let us start. Let's go through Srila Prabhupada's purport together. Then we can discuss further. Okay. Krishneti yasya girita manasadriyeta dikshasti shit pranatibhischa bhajantam isham shushrushaya bhajanam vigyam manayamaya nidandi sunya ridamipsitam sangadabhya So translation, one should mentally honor the devotee who chant the holy name of the Lord. One should offer obeisances to the devotee who has undergone spiritual initiation diksha and is engaged in worshiping the deity. And one should associate with the faithfully serve that pure devotee who is advanced in non-deviated devotional service, whose heart is completely devoid of the propensity to criticize others. So here is clearly mentioned the quality that make one to be an uttama. The tendency, the propensity to criticize others. When it comes to criticizing others, it's very, very sweet when we are speaking. You know, it's just, we're enjoying it to find out that the body's fault. It's, you know, it becomes it's like a rasa, very sweet rasa. Oh, have you heard? That Prabhu is like this. Oh, he's doing like this. Oh, you know? So Prabhupada explained in the purport, in order to intelligently apply the sixfold loving reciprocation mentioned in the previous verse, one must select proper persons with careful discrimination. Srila Rupa Goswami therefore advises that we should meet with the Vaishnava in an appropriate way, according to their particular status. In this verse, it tells us how to deal with three types of devotee: the Kanishta, Madhyama, and Uttama. The Kanishta is a neophyte who has received the Harinam initiation from the spiritual master and is trying to chant the holy name of Krishna. One should respect such a person within his mind as a Kanishta Vaishnava. A Madhyama Adhikari has received spiritual initiation from the spiritual master and been fully engaged in by him in the transcendental loving service of the Lord. The Madhyama Adhikari should be considered to be situated midway in devotional service. And the Uttama Adhikari, or highest devotee, is one who is very advanced in devotional service. And Uttama Adhikari is not interested in blaspheming others. His heart is completely clean, and he has attained the realized state of unalloyed Krishna consciousness. According to Srila Rupa Goswami, the association and service of such a Mahabhagavat or perfect Vaishnava are most desired. There's Raghunath Das Goswami, I think it's Raghunath Das Goswami. Raghunath Das Goswami is one of the 6 Goswamis of Vrindavan. When anybody devotee comes to him and say, oh, Prabhuji, have you heard about this devotee? He will stop you. He will say, Prabhuji, is he chanting Hare Krishna? If you say yes, we say, please, 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 I don't want to hear. Please, 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 I don't want to hear. But we love to hear. Prabhuji, please tell me. Even the one that you have not even heard, you ask it. What about that, Prabhu? What about this? We want to hear everything. We start talking. Oh, Mataji, have you not heard this Prabhu is doing like this? He's saying like that. We love it. And we cannot make advancement by doing that. I remember one time in Mayapur, I was in Mayapur. I have one friend, his name is Dinadaya Prabhu. He used to follow Indrajumna Maharaj. He used to do play with stick, turning stick around, following Indrajumna Maharaj. Now he's married. Was a brahmachari that time. We were friends for many years. So I remember when I was in Mayapur, and I could not, understand what was going on in Mayapur. So I tried to speak with him, Prabhuji, please. Oh, you see, this he said, Prabhuji, please, please, I don't want to hear, please, Prabhu, please. I felt my heart. Oh, this devotee is correcting me because he really wants to become a pure devotee. See, I'm enjoying trying to criticize other devotees. So it is mentioned clearly here that all of us, we have to cultivate giving up the tendency to criticize other devotees. We have to practice it. It's not easy. It's not easy. Because for many years we have been doing it. For many lifetimes we have been doing that. But for us to really develop this Krishna prema we are looking for, we have to consciously try to give up these tendencies to criticize devotees. Very, very important. Because it will not take us anywhere. It is mentioned, one Maharaj gave a good example. Why should we give it up? Very good. See, let me give you a story. Dhruva Maharaj, when the stepmother offended Dhruva Maharaj, it was not a pure devotee. But when Dhruva Maharaj became a pure devotee, the stepmother got the repercussion of offending a devotee. Just imagine, when the stepmother offended him, he was not a pure devotee. But when he became a pure devotee, he got the reaction of offending him. Just imagine. So same thing, Maharaj gave a very good example. All the devotees, they are inside the bathroom and they are taking their baths by trying to follow the regulated principle of Bhakti. We are bathing, we are cleaning ourselves. And now you come. Oh, Prabhuji, see soap in your ear. Pray, listen, it's inside the bathroom. He's taking bath. Let him finish bathing. No, Prabhuji, see soap in your head. Prabhuji, see soap in your head. Oh, Prabhuji, see soap in your back. Oh, it's inside the bathroom. Let him come out of the bathroom first. So as long as the devotee practicing this part of devotional service, we have to be very careful not to criticize. But mind you, to call a spade is not fault finding. To call a spade is not fault finding. If a devotee is a thief, and you say he's a thief, it's not fault finding. If a devotee is offensive, and you tell him it's offensive, it's not fault finding. Fault finding is trying to look for something to talk about other devotees, even when you are not in the position to correct them. That is why the service of a temple manager is a very dangerous service, because they have to constantly criticize and find fault in devotees, and they are going to suffer for it. There's no excuse. It's a very, very difficult and dangerous service. Okay, let's continue. Except if we have any comment or contribution we can take. You can always indicate by using the hand emoji. Okay. Let's continue if there's no any. Somebody want to read?
Hare Krishna. One should not remain a Kanishta Adhikari. One who is situated on the lowest platform of devotional service and is interested only in what is in the temple. Such a devotee is described so it's okay. Srimad Bhagavatam, chapter 2, verse 47. Acharyameva haraye pujam ya sharayayate bhakteshu chan what? Chanyeshu sabhakta prakrita shukta. Person who is very faithfully engaged in the worship of the deity doesn't know how to behave towards other devotees. In general is called a prakrita bhakta. One therefore has to raise himself to the platform of Kanishta Adhikari. From the position of Kanishta Adhikari to the platform of Madhyam Adhikari, Bhagavatam 11-46 in this way. The Madhyamadikari is a devotee who worships the Supreme Personality of Godhead as the highest object of love, makes friends with the devotees, with the Lord's devotees, is merciful to the ignorant, and avoids those who are envious by nature. This is the way to cultivate devotional service properly. When his Lord Srila Rupa Goswami has advised us how to treat various devotees. You can see from practical experience there are different types of Vaishnava. In Prakrita Sahaja, Sahajas generally chant the Hare Krishna Mahamantra, yet they are attached to women, money, and intoxication. Although this person may chant the holy name of the Lord, they are not yet properly purified. Such people should be respected within one's mind, but their association should be avoided. Those who are innocent but simply carried away by bad association should be shown favor if they are eager to receive proper instruction from pure devotees. For those nearby devotees who are actually initiated by a bona fide spiritual master and seriously engaged in carrying out the orders of the spiritual master, should be offered respectful obeisances. So that is the Madhyamadikari. Right. In this Krishna consciousness movement, a chance is given to everyone without discrimination of caste, creed, or color. Everyone is invited to join this movement, sit with us, take prasad, and hear about Krishna. When we hear that something is actually interested in Krishna consciousness and wants to be initiated, we accept him as a disciple for the chanting of the holy name of the Lord. When a nearby devotee is actually initiated and engaged in devotional service by the order of the spiritual master, he should be accepted immediately as a bona fide Vaishnava, and obeisances should be offered unto him. Out of many such Vaishnavas, one may be found to be very seriously engaged in the service of the Lord, strictly following the regulative principles, chanting the prescribed number of rounds of japa, and always thinking how to expand the Krishna consciousness movement. Such a Vaishnava should be accepted as a Uttama Adhikari, a highly advanced devotee, and his association should always be sought. The process by which the devotee becomes attached to Krishna is described in Chaitanya Charitamrita, Aditya 4:192. Kale Bhakti Kara Atma Samarpan, Se Kala Krishna Tara Kara Atma. At the time of initiation, when a devotee fully surrenders to the service of the Lord, Krishna accepts him to be as good as he himself. Diksha, or spiritual initiation, is explained in the Bhakti Sandarbha, made by Srila Jiva Goswami. Divyam Jnanam Yato Tatyat Priyat Prapasya Sangyan Sangsharam Tasma Diksheti Sapakta Deshikai Satyakovita. By Diksha, one gradually becomes disinterested in material enjoyment and gradually becomes interested in spiritual life. We have seen many practical examples of this, especially in Europe and America. Many students who come to us from rich and respectable families quickly lose all interest in material enjoyment and become very eager to enter into spiritual life. Although they come from very wealthy families, many of them accept living conditions that are not very comfortable. Indeed, for Krishna's sake, they're prepared to accept any living condition as long as they can live in the temple and associate with the Vaishnavas. When one becomes so disinterested in material enjoyment, he becomes fit for initiation by the spiritual master. For the advancement of spiritual life, Srimad Bhagavatam 6.1.13 prescribes the Pacha Brahmacharyana Samanacha Damanacha. When a person is serious about accepting Diksha, he must be prepared to practice austerity, celibacy, and control of mind and body. If one is so prepared and is desirous of receiving spiritual enlightenment, Divyam Jnanam, he is fit for being initiated. Divyam Jnanam is technically called Thag Vijnanam. Sorry, 1 second. Hi.
Someone else can take it from there if you are interested.
Yeah, wait.
Yeah, you continue.
I will continue. Sorry. Just a bit of a disturbance. If one is so prepared and is desirous of receiving spiritual enlightenment, Divyam Jnanam, he is fit for being initiated. Divyam Jnanam is technically called Tad Vijnana, or knowledge about the Supreme. Tad Vignar Natamsa Gurum Evabigachet. When one is interested in the transcendental subject matter of the absolute truth, he should be initiated. Such a person should approach a spiritual master in order to take Diksha. Srimad Bhagavatam 11.3.21 also prescribes Tasmad Gurum Prapadyata Jignashu Shaya Uttamam. When one is actually interested in the transcendental science of the absolute truth, he should approach a spiritual master. One should not accept a spiritual master without following his instructions, nor should one accept a spiritual master just to make a fashionable show of spiritual life. One must be jigyasu, very much inquisitive to learn from the bona fide spiritual master. The inquiries one makes should strictly pertain to transcendental science. Uttamam. The word uttamam refers to that which is above material knowledge. Tama means the darkness of this material world, and ut means transcendental. Generally, people are very interested in inquiring about mundane subject matter, but when one has lost such interest and is simply interested in transcendental subject matters, he is quite fit for being initiated. When one is actually initiated by the bona fide spiritual master, and when he seriously engages in the service of the Lord, he be accepted as a Madhyam Adhikari. The chanting of the holy names of Krishna is so sublime that if one chants the Hare Krishna Mahamantra offenselessly, carefully avoiding the 10 offenses, he can certainly be gradually elevated to the point of understanding that there is no difference between the holy name of the Lord and the Lord himself. One who has reached such an understanding should be very much respected by neophyte devotees. One should know for certain that without chanting the holy name of the Lord offenselessly, one cannot be a proper candidate for advancement in Krishna consciousness. In Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita Madhya Leela 2269, it is said, Yahara Komala Shwada Sekanishta Jan Krama Krama Tenu Bhakta Haibe Uttama. Doesn't rhyme, anyway. One whose faith is soft and pliable is called a neophyte, but by gradually following the process, he will rise to the platform of a first-class devotee. Everyone begins his devotional life from the neophyte stage, but if one properly finishes chanting the prescribed number of rounds of Harinam, he is elevated step by step to the highest platform, Uttama Adhikari. The Krishna consciousness movement prescribes 16 rounds daily because people in the Western countries cannot concentrate for long periods while chanting on beats. Therefore, the minimum number of rounds is prescribed. However, Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Sarasvati Thakur used to say that unless one chants at least 64 rounds of japa, 100,000 names, he is considered fallen, patita. According to his calculation, practically every one of us is fallen. But because we are trying to serve the Supreme Lord with all seriousness, without duplicity, we can expect the mercy of Lord Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, who is famous as Patita Pavana, the deliverer of the fallen. Should I continue reading?
1 minute, Papa. Thank you very much.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, so we have gone so far. Generally, during the time of Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur time, when you talk about Diksha, Diksha means you get the first and second initiation. It's together. Actually, it's Prabhupada who separated it. Prabhupada gave Harinam, then he'll give you second initiation later, because of the kind of people Prabhupada preaching to. So you have to study them for some time. You see that they are giving up their bad habits, then we give Harinam. And if they are following proper standards and becoming Brahmanic, following the Brahmanic culture, then they give them the second initiation. So generally, the initiation used to be one during the Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur time, but Prabhupada has separated it because of the preaching to the Western world. So we can see that Prabhupada mentioned in the purport, what can take us from whatever level we are now to the highest level we are all aspiring for is by offenselessly chanting the holy name of Krishna. Okay? By offenselessly chanting the holy name of Krishna. That we have to put so much effort in. If we are not doing any other services like preaching, deity worship, and we are chanting 16 rounds a day, we are falling. That's according to Prabhupada, what Prabhupada said here. What Prabhupada gave us minimum of 16 rounds because he wants us to engage, to be fully absorbed in other devotional activities. Because if we are not absorbed in other devotional activities like preaching and deity worship, and, all those activities, and we are struggling with our 16 rounds, very soon, we are going to drop below the 16 rounds. I can give you 200% assurance. If you are just every day, you're just making the bar of 16 rounds, I can bet you in 1 year's time, you are going to go below one. You'll be dragging with the 16 rounds. You'll be dragging. You will spend 24 hours chanting 16 rounds. You will drag it from morning till midnight. You are not sleeping. You are still holding your phone and you are trying to chant. Okay? So it's very, very important. So chanting 16 rounds with concentration and offenselessly can actually take us from our neophyte stage to the highest stage. There's a very nice story in Chaitanya Charitamrita of Narada Muni preaching to the Mirigari hunter. The hunter is used to killing animal half dead. He will shoot them in a place where they will not die completely. So they will be struggling to die. So he enjoys seeing the animals struggling to die. So when Narada Muni came there, though some of the animal he was trying to shoot, they ran away. He became angry. He said, "Oh, who are you? Why did you disturb my hunting business?" And Narada Muni told him. Narada Muni did not you see, in that passage, actually, Narada Muni taught us how to preach to people. Narada Muni did not tell him, "Oh, you are engaging in simple activities. Oh, why? Give it up." Why? No. What did Narada Muni told him? Narada Muni told him, he says, "Oh, my dear, why can't you just kill this animal completely?" He didn't tell him, "Oh, stop killing or this." He said, "Why can't you just kill this animal completely? You know, the way you are killing them, you are making them to suffer so much. And because they are suffering, you will go to hell. So just kill them completely, at least they will not suffer so much to die." So in that way, he passed his message that by killing animal, the way he's killing them, he will surely go to hell. And he has been doing it for a long time. So he becomes scared, hearing that he will go to hell. So he now told him, "Please, how can I, avoid this?" So Narada Muni told him to go and, throw his bowl and sit down and chant the only name of the Lord. He said, "Then how can I get maintained?" So don't worry, the Lord will maintain you. And he started chanting. So as he was chanting very seriously, the Lord was sending food to him and he was maintained like that. So when his guru was coming, he brought his another friend, Angira Muni. As they were coming, the hunter saw his guru. He was very happy to see his guru. And he was rushing towards his guru. And he was trying to avoid killing other animals. He was trying to avoid killing the ants on the floor, sorry. He was like moving zigzag to avoid stepping on the ants. Just see, it's good. Just by chanting the only name of Krishna, it becomes so elevated, so pure. Someone who was killing animal half dead before, now even is scared to step on an ant. That is the power of following the instruction of the guru and chanting the only name of the Lord offenselessly. We will come to that stage that we are so sensitive, we don't want to criticize other devotees. We're always trying to please other devotees. We try to avoid displeasing devotees. Just by chanting offenselessly, we can come to that stage. While we are not moving very fast from Kanishta to Madhyama to Uttama, the way we would have wanted to be, is because of offensive chanting. And many of us, we enjoy offensive chanting. We love it. We don't want to give it up. We have become attached to offensive chanting. We don't want to give it up. We don't want to give it up. So we love it. We all know the 10 offenses. So, but the more we put strenuous effort in trying to avoid offenses while chanting, the more faster we move on this, trying to elevate our consciousness from Kanishta to Madhyama to Uttama. What did I say make the difference between these devotees? If someone can remind us.
Kanishta is the lowest. Uttama is like, Madhyama is like, the second. And then the other one, the Uttama is the first class.
So what make them, what is unique about this devotee? The Madhyama and the Uttama, what is unique in the Kanishta? What make them different? Yes, Babu. Yeah, omit yourself. Speak.
The Uttama Adhikari is distinguished by his ability to convert many fallen souls into Vaishnavas. He also doesn't distinguish between different levels of living entities. He sees them all as perfectly engaged in Krishna's energy, whether it's Maya or the internal energy. He sees that they're all engaged perfectly according to Krishna's arrangement. So therefore, he doesn't find any fault in anyone at any time. Madhyam Adhikari distinguishes between how to worship the Lord, how to worship the Lord, how to make friends with devotees, how to show mercy to the innocent, and to avoid the envious. Right? And then the Kanishta Adhikari is one who is very new. Well, can also be not very new, but one who is engaged in chanting the holy name of the Lord, is trying to chant the holy name, which means that when Prabhupada writes that in the purport, it means that they're still on the offensive stage, chanting the holy name.
So I want someone to tell us, thank you, Prabhu, for your contribution. I want us to tell us one word that differentiates or that make these devotees unique. I said it in the beginning.
Radham Pinto. What is it?
One makes a difference. Yeah, that makes a difference.
Oh, yeah. Prabhupada writes is the degree of faith in the purport.
I made a comment in the beginning. I say one thing, one word. I mentioned one word that differentiates these three devotees. I want to hear from someone.
Shraddha. Shraddha differentiates.
No, that's not what I said. Prabhupada said that. That's not what I said.
The level that how can they relate with other devotees?
No. Relationship.
Not blaspheming.
Yeah, relationship. Yes.
Relationship.
Yes.
How these different devotees relate, that is what makes them different.
Yes.
The Kanishta does not know how to relate with devotees. That what made him the Kanishta. He only respects the Lord, but he doesn't know how to relate with devotees.
Oh, yeah.
A Madhyama knows how to relate with devotees. He make friends with them. He take compassion on the innocent one. He avoid the atheists, and he worship the Supreme Lord with faith. That is a Madhyama. And a Uttama is one who does not find fault in anyone. Means he sees himself to be lowest. He sees everybody to be very high. So he relates with people on that level. Everybody is more advanced than me. So he's very humble. How they relate is what makes the difference. Relationship. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes, yes.
So do we stop here or we continue to 8:30? I want to get your opinion. I want us to finish the purport if possible.
I'm okay. I don't know the rest.
Yeah, let them speak
It's
for
okay.
themselves.
It's
If-
okay.
if
We can
They don't
continue.
have service or they don't have work, so it's up to them.
Yeah, let's finish. I think majority carry the votes. Let's finish the purport, okay? So that tomorrow we go to the next purport.
This is
Okay. Who wants to continue reading?
I read.
Please go ahead, Prabhu. Thank you.
When Srila Satyaraj Khan, a great devotee of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, asked the Lord how a Vaishnava could be recognized, the Lord replied, Prabhu Kate, Yanra Mokhe Sone Eka Bara, Krishna Nama Se Puja Shesta Sabakara. If one hears a person say even once the word Krishna, that person should be accepted as the best man out of the common group. Chaitanya Charamrita Madhya 15.106, Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu continued, Aiteva Yanra Mukhe Eka Krishna Nama Seta Vaishnava Kariha Tanhara Samana. One who is interested in chanting the holy name of Krishna or who by practice likes to chant Krishna's name should be accepted as a Vaishnava and offered respects as such, at least within one's mind. And Chaitanya Charamrita Madhya 15.111, one of our friends, a famous English musician, has become attracted to chanting the holy names of Krishna. And even in his record, he has several times mentioned the holy name of Krishna. At his home, he offers respect to pictures of Krishna and also to the preachers of Krishna consciousness. In all regards, he has a very high estimation for Krishna's name and Krishna's activities. Therefore, we offer respect to him without reservation. For we are actually seeing that this gentleman is advancing gradually in Krishna consciousness. Such a person should always be shown respect. The conclusion is that anyone who is trying to advance in Krishna consciousness by regularly chanting the holy name should always be respected by Vaishnavas. On the other hand, we have witnessed that some of our contemporaries who are supposed to be great preachers have gradually fallen into the material conception of life because they have failed to chant the holy name of the Lord. While giving instruction to Sanatan Goswami, Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu divided devotional service into three categories. Shastra Yokte Nahe Jane Dredha, Sradavan Madhyama Adhikari Se Maha Bhagyavan. A person whose conclusive knowledge of Shastras is not very strong, but who has developed firm faith in chanting the Hare Krishna Mahamantra, and who is also undeterred in the execution of his prescribed devotional service should be considered a Madhyama Adhikari. Such a person is very fortunate. In Chaitanya Charimrita Madhya 22.67, a Madhyama Adhikari is a Shradehavan,
Shraddhavan.
a staunchly faithful person. He is actually a candidate for further advancement in devotional service. Therefore, in Chaitanya Charitamrita, Madhya 22.64, it is said, Shraddhavan Jana Haya Bhakti Adhikare Utama Madhyama Kanishta Shraddha Anusare. One becomes qualified as a devotee on the elementary platform, the immediate platform, and highest platform of devotional service according to the development of Shraddha, faith. Again in Chaitanya Charamrita, Madhya 22.62, it is said, Shraddha Sabde Visvasa Kahe Sudrada Neskaya Krishna Bhakti Kele Sarva Karma Kritahaya. By rendering transcendental service to Krishna, one automatically performs all subsidiary activities. Discontent, confident, firm faith, favorable to the discharge of devotional service is called Shraddha. Shraddha, faith in Krishna, is the beginning of Krishna consciousness. Faith means strong faith. The words of Bhagavad Gita are authoritative instruction for faithful men, and whatever Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita is to be accepted as it is, without interpretation. This was the way Arjuna accepted Bhagavad Gita. After hearing Bhagavad Gita, Arjuna told Krishna, Sarva metad ritam manyeya mam vadasek kesaba. O Krishna, I totally accept as truth all that you have told me. Bhagavad Gita 10.14. This is the correct way of understanding Bhagavad Gita, and this is called Shraddha. It is not the one accept a portion of Bhagavad Gita according to his own whimsical interpretations and then rejects other portion. This is not Shraddha. Shraddha means accepting the instructions of Bhagavad Gita in their totality, especially the last instruction, Sarva Dharham Parit Yajya Mam Ekam Saranam Raja. Abandon all varieties of religion and just surrender unto me. Bhagavad Gita 18.66. When one becomes completely faithful in regard to this instruction, one's strong faith becomes the basis for advancing in spiritual life. When one fully engaged in chanting the Hare Krishna Maha Mantra, he gradually realizes his own spiritual identity. Unless one faithfully chants the Hare Krishna mantra, Krishna does not reveal himself. Sebon mokhe je badao swayam eba isprote ada.
Bhakti Sarampa.
Bhakti 1.2. Yeah. We cannot realize the Supreme Personality of Godhead by any artificial means. We must engage faithfully in the service of the Lord. Such service begins with the tongue. Sebon mokhe he jebadao, which means that we should always chant the holy names of the Lord and accept Krishna Prasada. We should not chant or accept anything else. When this process is faithfully followed, the Supreme Lord reveals himself to the devotee. When a person realizes himself to be an eternal servitor of Krishna, he loses interest in everything but Krishna's service. Always thinking of Krishna, devising means by which to spread the holy name of Krishna, he understands that his only business is in spreading the Krishna consciousness movement all over the world. Such a person is to be recognized as Uttama Adhikari, and his association should be immediately accepted according to the 6 processes: Dadati, Pratig, Ranati, etc. Indeed, the advanced Uttama Adhikari Vaishnava devotee should be accepted as a spiritual master. Everything one possesses should be offered to him, for it is enjoined that one should deliver whatever he has to the spiritual master. The brahmachari in particular is supposed to beg alms from others and offer them to the spiritual master. However, one should not imitate the behavior of an advanced devotee or Bhagavata without being self-realized, for by such imitation one will eventually become degraded. In this verse, Srila Rupa Goswami advises the devotee to be intelligent enough to distinguish between the Kanishta Adhikari, Madhyama Adhikari, and Uttama Adhikari. The devotee should also know his position and should not try to imitate a devotee situated on a higher platform. Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur has given some practical hints to the effect that Uttama Adhikari Vaishnava can be recognized by his ability to convert many fallen souls to Vaishnavism. One should not become a spiritual master unless he has attained a platform of Uttama Adhikari. A neophyte Vaishnava or a Vaishnava situated on the intermediate platform can also accept disciples, but such disciples must be on the same platform, and it should be understood that they cannot advance very well towards the ultimate goal of life under his insufficient guidance. Therefore, a disciple should be careful to accept an Uttama Adhikari as a spiritual master. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Thank you very much. So we can see Prabhupada mentioned everything about center around faith, and following Krishna instruction in the Bhagavad Gita. This is very, very important. So how do we develop faith? By studying the scripture the way we are doing now. That is the only way. There is no other way. If you want your faith to be more strong and strong, just continue studying the scripture every day. And try as much as possible to follow the instruction of reading before the class. You will see how your faith will become more and more strong. Okay? Because just by reading these books every day, you know, if you take a vow to continue studying like this every day, we study together, you read before, then you come, you study, we study together, we share. You will just see your faith, you know, building very strong again and again. Okay, so it's very, very important. So we should understand this. And we're going to come to reading, studying Srimad Bhagavad Gita. Bhagavad Gita is very, very wonderful. We're going to study that immediately after this. But let's focus on this now. It's very, very important. So the next verse we are going to study tomorrow. Tomorrow is Thursday. So the next verse we are going to study tomorrow, let me just quickly give you something on that so that Chilarupa Goswami actually taking it to the next level after talking the different levels of devotee. Now it's going to describe more how one should not discriminate against pure devotee. See, being situated in its original Krishna conscious position, a pure devotee does not identify with the body. Such a devotee should not be seen from a materialistic point of view. Indeed, one should overlook a devotee having a body born in a low family, a body with a bad complexion, a deformed body, or a diseased or infirm body. According to ordinary vision, such imperfection may be seen prominent in the body of a pure devotee, but despite such seeming effect, the body of a pure devotee cannot be polluted. It is exactly like a waters of Ganges, which sometimes during the rainy season are full of bubbles, foams, and mud. The Ganges water do not become polluted. Those who are advanced in spiritual understanding will bathe in the Ganges without considering the condition of the water. So here, Shilarupa Goswami is going further, talking about that pure devotee mentioned towards the last verse of the previous verse. He said, devotee is one who has given up the tendency to criticize others. So now he's going further to say, such a devotee should not be discriminated against in any way, either by his body, by his, the way he looks, his complexion, and all these things. And he used a very nice analogy of Ganges. If you have been to India, you understand what Shilarupa Goswami is saying. During the rainy season, there's so much dirt in the Ganges, like foam, bubbles, and so many things. So still, and also sometimes during that time, the Ganges water will become yellow because of the mud, become muddy. The devotees still jump inside and take their dip. They know that Ganges is always very pure, always pure. So this is the point. So the same thing about the pure devotee. So we should read this before the class tomorrow. Take 1 hour or, maybe less if you're a fast reader. You can take down some notes about this description about pure devotee. And we can discuss about that tomorrow, okay? So I will always like to hear from you before we start reading. So put your efforts to read before the class, make your notes, because it's opportunity for you to give 3 minutes lecture. Okay, from one purport. Okay, opportunity for you to give 3 minutes lecture from a purport, particular purport, the main point in that purport. So we are giving this opportunity every day for you to know, for you to know how much you understand the purport you have read. If you are not reading before the class, we cannot understand how much understanding you got from the purport. Okay, so because when we are reading like this together, I will be speaking this on what I've been teaching before, what I've heard other devotees speaking, but I want to hear from you after reading. So give 1 hour to study before coming to class. I want to hear from you. It's opportunity given to hear from you. So put more effort to study and make notes down. Prabhupada said like this here in the first paragraph, in the second Prabhupada, this point really strike me. Prabhupada, let's discuss. Okay. Thank you very much for your time, for coming. So please, let's give 1 hour. No matter how busy we are, let us squeeze out 1 hour. Even if it's before sleeping. Okay? Go through it. If you know that you're not going to have time during the following day, even if it's before sleeping, go through it and make down the notes. Or you find the time the next day. Okay? Thank you very much for your time and patience. See you tomorrow, same place, same platform, the wonderful faces. Vanchakapatarubhyascha, Vaishnadevo, Namo Namaha. Hare Krishna,
Hare
Shila
Hare
Krishna.
Prabhupada
Krishna, Prabhu.
ki
Jai
jai,
Srila
Navin
Prabhupada.
Pattabhanga ki
Jai
jai.
Srila
Gaura
Prabhupada.
Prabhupada.
Thank you, Prabhu.
Hari Hari
Thank you,
Bol. Thank you
Jai
so
everyone.
Krishna.
Hare
much.
Bol.
Hare
Jai
Krishna.